I am Jack's complete lack of surprise.
What? Are you threatening me?
No.
Get the fuck out of here. You're
I
fired.
have a better solution. You keep me on the payroll as an outside consultant.
Who the fuck do you think you are, you crazy little shit?
I am Jack's smirking revenge.
Oh! Oh!
What the hell are you doing?
Warning. If you're reading this, then this warning is for you. Every word you read of this useless fine print is another second of your life. Don't you have other things to do? Is your life so empty that you honestly can't think of a better way to spend these moments? Are you so impressed with the authority that you give respect and credence to all that claim it? Do you read everything you're supposed to read? Do you think everything you're supposed to think? Buy what you're told to want? Get out of your apartment, meet a member of opposite sex, stop the excessive shopping and masturbation, quit your job, start a fight, prove you're alive. If you don't claim your humanity, you will become a statistic. You have been warned. Tyler. Hello everyone, you're on Beer Popcorn channel, and today we're gonna talk about the movie Fight Club. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment. 2, 3. How does it feel? One obedient thought, one brilliant view of life, a surge of special enthusiasm, and a series of long creative torment to create a work of a deepest character that can change the world and change the life of views of each of us. A literally work that challenged the modern generation, managed to go against the public opinion, violated all generally accepted rules, and changed the concept of normality, becoming the most scandalous and life-affirming creation of the American writer Chuck Palahniuk. This book later achieved a worldwide fame thanks to the masterpiece film adaptation of the cult director David Fincher. The artistic work of the master managed to find a response in the minds of viewers of all countries, touch all painful points of the lifestyle of the current generation, as well as to impress everyone with his advanced philosophy to the very heart. The sunset of the last millennium was held under the slogan and manifesto of David Fincher mainstream film Fight Club, which has not yet lost its significance and relevance till this day.
I had it all. A wardrobe that was getting very respectable. I was close to being complete.
Shit, man, now it's all gone.
All gone. All gone.
Through a series of visible values of life, you need to be able to detect the most important and necessary to you. Each of us is completely possessed by material goods, without which simply no one thinks or imagines their existence. The slogan of modern society sounds no other than consume, work and die. And it perfectly forces us to obey, dictate us its own rules of life.
Explain the rules.
Rules?
The Fight Club movie is unique in many aspects, but one of its most significant components is all disagreement to all modern tendencies, which are soaking with lies of television and constant advertising that we see, and of course the hype of all of it.
But the Federal Trade Commission is now saying the notion of putting on these shoes in lieu of working out isn't quite working out like Skechers advertised.
The philosophy of Chuck Palahniuk's work gives its skillfulness and opens the viewer's eye to the bitter truth of the disease of the current generation.
Different generation.
When we talk about fear, risk, mistakes, and total failure, what are we really afraid of? Are we controlled by the things we own? Would we really prefer to obey what we achieve and create? It's an addiction that prevents us from living the life we like, chains us down, and cuts off oxygen, depriving you of the priceless privilege of life, and it's called freedom. Understanding all the individuality of the multi-step structure of the human personality, the director in his film represents an unnamed hero who appears to be in many ways more than normal than each of us, has a moderate temperament, and drags out a miserable existence, working in a miserable, boring position in a car company. But this character is full of many secrets and mysteries. His desirable hobby of collecting IKEA furniture, which is known by many of us, one day he loses its meaning and develops into something more serious.
You wake up at Air Harbor International. If you wake up at a different time, a different place, could you wake up as a different person?
The connection with extravagant stranger Tyler Durden forever changed the way of life of the hero. Tyler opens a new page in his biography. This is how the Fight Club is born.
Gentlemen, welcome to Fight Club.
It doesn't matter who you fight, and the victory doesn't matter. The main thing here is that you overcome all your subconscious fears. You gain self-confidence and sharpen your willpower.
Around, better look around. I see a lot of new faces. Shut up!
Fincher, with his characteristic originality and charisma, shows an ironic world suffering with thirst for freedom, sinking in sins and remorse. And Fight Club is kind of way out. It's an illusion of a liberation from all pressing problems that everyone attempts to experience.
Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate, so we buy shit we don't need.
The film Fight Club is almost the most magnificent film adaptation in a modern cinema, which is fully inspired by the original work and gigantic thanks to the unique director David Fincher. The director, as a skilled psychologist, never quits to amaze the viewer, discovering new side of a reason every moment. The visual style of his film delivers only stunning pleasure, and a camera work, editing sketches, scenic delights brings this brilliancy to the perfection at all. While shooting the movie Fight Club, Fincher thought, first of all, as an artist with a new and original abilities. Neither the disagreement of the producer nor the studio bosses could break his plans to create art that liberates consciousness.
But Fight Club only exists in the hours between when Fight Club starts and when Fight Club ends.
The co-director in his film achieved an unreachable level of elite cinema. Every millimeter of the film, Fight Club, keeps a piece of the author's soul and surprises. It's the kind of explosion of the emotions. It's the opening of the second breath. Irresistible acting, feel Fincher's creation, makes his work more meaningful component. It's great to remember the episodes, for example, the furnishing of the room with the furniture.
Or the Ohaneshov sofa with a string green stripe pattern. Even the Rizlampa wire lamp of environmentally friendly unbleached paper.
The explosion in apartment.
I suppose these things happen.
The idea of an airplane crash. Is it possible to act better than Edward Norton in the role of an unnamed storyteller, suffering from mental disorders and having a unique outlook on life? Of course no. I expected something original from Edward Norton, but I had no idea that he could play the main character so brilliantly. You fully believe him, you sympathize with him, and the episodes where he beats himself up in the boss's office is the brightest moment in his acting career. After all, the roles here are so perfectly matched, perfectly embodied, that you have no doubt about the reality of what is happening. And even the image of alter ego of the main character, amazingly performed by the Brad Pitt, is real to the limit and interesting no less. Speaking of careers, after Fight Club, the image of the sugary boy retreated from Brad Pitt, for which the actor is still grateful to Fincher. And about how he managed to embody the role of a charismatic hero, you can make up legends.
You were the all-singing, all-dance crap of the world.
Yes, it is, as it was written especially for him. The Norton and Pete pair and interact uniquely. They really give the impression of one organism in the middle of the film. And of course, Marla Singer looks like both Tyler and the main character. Speaking of Marla, she is an unshakable link in the life of the main character, which fed him to the madness and of course out of it.
Should we?
We might want to switch nights.
Okay.
Fincher's story begins with a companionship with Marla, and only then the Tyler who says, and suddenly I realized that all of this, the gun, the bombs, the revolution, has got something to do with a girl named Marla Singer. Saving her, the main character will kill Tyler, although at the very beginning he denies the woman. She annoys him from the whole group. She's a faker of disease, but isn't he? We can also thank them for the fact that they experienced the most real hits and kicks ever, since Norton plays according to the Stanislavski technique, and Pete, of course, could not help but to join. After such dedication and talent of both, we can only say the actor's acting is phenomenal. Fincher's great masterpiece changes the worldview, touches all the most hidden corners of the consciousness, impresses with a transformation and creativity. The philosophy of the picture gives life a special meaning. The picture forces you to change this world, its rules and foundations, losing hope but gaining freedom. The intoxicating disorder with a taste of temporary madness that you experience when watching this movie quickens your heartbeat, fills your blood with drive and emotions, and most importantly, makes you understand what it means to truly live.
Alive! It's alive!
The picture Fight Club is a real pearl of the world cinema, one and only of its kind, unique, the internal value of the modern cinema. It is also amazing how intrigued we are from the very first second. When the credits are still running, the film begins with a classic dark screen and a musical melody, when suddenly a second later the music changes to a nervously beating melody and the picture to moving impulses in the head of the main character. Here you freeze, wait impatiently for what will happen, and then you get involved more and more, lose the track of time, and revel in this masterpiece. I am not surprised that in the USA, in the movie theaters, this film was banned in some states, because in those states in which the movie still took place, real fight clubs began to organize. That is such powerful movie that it is. A movie as bright polished diamond, which will shine against the backdrop of the world cinema films. This truly significant film makes you different, gives you a sight feeling of ecstasy, which is in tune with the long forgotten feeling of the victory of yourself, a feeling that makes a person more fearless, expands the horizons of possibilities. It's like rushing at high speed on opposite side. It's like standing on the edge of the cliff, enjoying the feeling of the freedom and calmness. And that's when you feel like you're living. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Like if you liked it, subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment. And see you in the next episode.